Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're just here today to unbox the DJI Avata 360, which has finally come in. Managed to get my hands on one. This is just going to be an unboxing. If you watch to the end, you'll know what comes in the box. I'll talk about some of the other options, kits and things that you can buy. I will also give some of my opinions, and I will also give you my expected usage of this drone. So yeah, I managed to get hold of this. This won't be a flight or anything because I have I bought this, of course, with my own money. So none of this is sponsored. And yeah, with that said, we'll just start getting into it, get this open. Now, I'll start talking about a couple of the options. So you do have the option to buy the drone by itself, which is what I really wanted to do because I've already got multiple controllers. I've already got goggles, etc. I couldn't get that, so I had to get the one with the RC2 controller. And I thought, well, I can either sell it, or when I sell one of my other drones, I'll be back down to 2 controllers. And also it's convenient not to have to reconnect and do all that mucking around, because quite often I take a couple of drones with me when I do a flight. So anyway, I'll start just getting this out while we're talking. I'm not expecting any real surprises or anything in here. Okay, looks like a bunch of accessories there, and then the drone itself is sitting at the bottom of this box. Okay, let's just lift that out and I'll get the box out of the way. So it comes in a plastic bag. Okay, that's significant size. The drone itself, as you can see, is definitely not small. I'll take that out of the bag first so you can actually be looking at it while I get these accessories out. Okay, so it comes shipped with the gimbal cover in place. Comes shipped with the battery inside it. So, okay. I'll just sit that down, take the battery out. Let's have a look. This box is quite heavy. I don't know why it's so heavy, but anyway, let's see what they supply. So yeah, this is, like I said, with the RC2 controller. Okay, so you get some spare propellers in there. Okay, looks like I've got to open this from 2 sides. Okay, that's why it's so heavy. It comes with a landing pad as well. Now, I don't think I'll need to open this. I think a landing pad is pretty self-explanatory, but I can tell you I've got some others somewhere. This is very heavy. I don't think I'll be carrying that one with me. I'll take some of my others, which are much lighter. I'll set that aside. You can probably look online to find how heavy that is. Okay, so you also get your typical quick start guide, which you get with most DJI products, and some stickers, etc. They will stick that over there. You know what that is. I'll open this up. Get your controller. I won't go into this too much. I can either do another video later, or you can find some other videos online. Basically, this has a screen so you can see what you're doing via the drone. This will work with quite a few different drones. So you can use this with like Mini 4, Mini 5 Pro, things like the Air 3, Air 3S, etc., etc. You store your little thumb controls underneath here. I like to keep mine on there. I try to not be pulling those on and off all the time. If you're somewhere where there's grass and you start playing around with these and drop it into grass, it's very hard to find. Anyway, you've got typical buttons on the back and front, little scroll wheels here, press buttons here, which you can actually change what these are assigned to do. So I think I'll leave it at that for the controller. Actually, I'll stick the controller up there. And the battery down here. Let's just have a quick look in here to see if there's anything else. That way you'll know exactly what comes in that box. Spare propellers. Okay, so you get three spare propellers. A microfiber cloth for cleaning the lens. A very small Allen key. Okay. And a USB-C to USB-C cable. I'll stick those back in there for now. I don't know what the Allen key's for. Oh, probably change your props. That's what it'll be for. There you go. So if you want to carry, I know 4 props. Okay, so you've got a full set of spare props. Now I'm not very rough on props, and I usually don't carry spares. And like I said, I usually carry 2 drones anyway. Okay, so let's talk about the other options. The other option is drone only. So with the drone only, you'll get the same. 1 battery. I don't know for sure, but I imagine you'd get the spare props. And I would say, at a guess, even with the drone only, you'll probably get this landing pad. I think, now they haven't included this with any of the other drones that I've got from DJI. So at a guess, they've included this to try and probably help prevent marking or damaging the lenses, I'd say, on the 360 camera. That's my guess. Now, the other option is there's a combo that's a fly more from memory, but there is a combo with goggles and the motion controller. Now the fly more one will come with 3 batteries and a charging hub. Now these batteries, from what I've looked at online, I can't confirm yet, but you're looking at about 15, maybe a little bit more minutes of flying time. So, you know, it's definitely not like it's not like an Air 3 or something like that where you're getting, you know, well over half an hour flying time from a battery, even in tough conditions. This is more like Neo, although Neo 2 is probably getting, you know, somewhere between 12 minutes, maybe up to 15 if you're lucky. So you're going to get similar sort of flying times out of this. Now, I will be getting the charging hub and an extra battery. I could probably get away with 1 most of the time. Probably I don't need the charging hub either, but if I'm traveling, I like to put the batteries into something where the terminals are just protected, just so that in case someone at an airport or whatever, or on a ship, if they're looking through it, they're not going to complain saying the batteries are just unprotected. Keeps them together as well. Now, that's up to you. You are obviously going to be able to charge this while it's in the drone. So let's have a quick look at the drone. Now, put the battery in. Now, unlike a lot of the other drones, you have a USB-C on the battery so you can charge it. This one, you've got it on the body. So SD card and USB-C connection are there on the body. So you've got a little rubber flap. I would suggest closing this because it's a 360 cam. If you don't close it, if that's flapping around, you might see that. I'm not quite sure. It might be out of the profile, but I'd probably close it up, I'd say, anyway, because you don't want moisture or anything going in there. I don't think there's really much else to say except for it is quite large. So it's a much larger drone than the Neo 2, which I don't have right in front of me, but perhaps I'll show that later, or you'll be able to see online, maybe some other people comparing them. Now, the reason I didn't get a Fly More or whatever is, like I mentioned, I've already got controllers, I've already got batteries, and I've got other drones. And because I've got other drones, the other drones are going to be my main video, my main application, my A roll, if you like. Now, that's for two reasons. One is the other ones that I've got will fly for longer, for a start. The second reason is the others, even though they also only shoot in 4K, it's going to be better quality than this, because this is 8K, or if you cut it in half, let's say 4K on a 180-degree view, whereas the other ones are 4K on a much narrower field of view. And because it's on a narrower field of view from the camera lens, it means there's actually more pixels in that smaller area, so the quality is actually higher. So if you crop this the same as, let's say, an Air 3S or a Mini 4 Pro, you would actually have a lot less than 4K into that cropped area. You're probably going to be getting down to 2.7, maybe even less than that. And if you zoom in or something with the software, then you're going to be getting down to somewhere between 1080p and 2700, something like that. So that may have you asking, well, then why did you buy this? What I bought this for is to do certain moves, so I don't have to turn my other drones around and fly forward, then turn around, fly back. I also, once I've got a path of what I want to shoot with the other drones, I'm going to send this one over to capture everything 360, so that I've got extra B-roll, and it may capture some things that I didn't see before. So that's going to be the role of this drone most of the time. Although if I'm going somewhere, probably I would take the Neo 2 a lot of the time, because the size of this is so big. Although sticking it in top of my camera backpack, it's probably small enough with just one battery and a spare battery to be doing that. It's not, probably it's doable. I'll see how I go, but either the Neo 2 or this I would take rather than my Mini 5 or my Air 3S or something else, just to do in areas where I think I may not use the drone, but I just want a drone with me, because they're just good to capture that extra shot. So that is why I've gone ahead and got this, also so I can unbox and show people. So I think with that, that'll conclude the video on this. I'll do some flying, and I'll make another video later and maybe compare some sizes. But that is pretty much the drone. Now, because you've probably seen this in other videos, but I'll just take this off and we'll have a look here. I'll just say this before I go. So it looks like it's only got one lens, but what happens is this can shoot in 360, or it can shoot in single lens mode, which is a 4K mode. When you're in a 4K mode, you're going to have that lens facing forward like that. My understanding is it's built this way because it's got some little rubber feet on the bottom here, and what happens is as it takes off, if you're in 360 mode, it'll rotate the gimbal, and then your lenses will be up the top. So I'm not going to force that because I haven't had a good look at it yet, but that's why you see it with only one lens at the moment. A couple of LiDAR sensors of these ones, they're up the top, so that should work in low light. Normal camera sensors there. It's using this 360 cam when you're in 360 cam mode to also as an extra sensing area, and you've got your standard infrareds on the bottom. So yeah, that's it. That's thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. If I can help you out, I will. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later in the next one. Bye for now.